India's next biggest sporting ambition is to be able to host the Olympics in 2036, and it looks like India's plans for the same could be the most expensive edition yet. But will pumping in money really earn them hosting rights? Because challenges India face to make this a reality is beyond just the monetary concerns. First, let us look at the amount we are talking about here. A report in a news daily suggests a high-level coordination committee presented a detailed blueprint for the 2036 event, stating that hosting the multi-sport event could cost India anywhere between $5 billion and $7.47 billion, even surpassing the estimated cost of some of the upcoming Olympics editions. India's budget of $7.47 billion has surpassed that of Brisbane, the 2032 host, by a margin, and LA's $5 billion target, that's 2028. The difference is because of this. LA still has the facilities and some of the infrastructure in place already. They will, of course, need some renovation post the LA wildfires, but still are better poised to execute an Olympic mission. Brisbane too initially wanted to plan for an economical Olympics, but have made a U-turn there. They proposed building new stadiums, more facilities, which would cost them some money. But they are a bit smart in that regard too, because the proposed infrastructure will be used in the years to follow. They intend to build stadiums with multiple facilities, one of which is set to replace the iconic Gabba. Something similar is what India is aiming to do as well, according to the ambitious plan. The country will use 30% of the facilities, existing facilities, in various cities, with Ahmedabad being the primary host. New facilities for sports that aren't mainstream in India will be created, which will constitute to 60% of the total infrastructure to be used at the Olympics. And temporary infrastructures will account for a minor 10%, which will be dismantled once the Olympics is over. The planning clearly looks good, and if India is able to deliver on these merits, they do stand a fair chance of getting the hosting rights. But that isn't the major concern for India here. The current state of sports in the country might make a few things tricky and work against their desired plans. Just recently, India organized the Khelo India Para Games. For those unversed, Khelo India is India's sports program that intends to prepare athletes for major events globally, a kind of national games with many sporting disciplines all under one roof. This is to revive the sports culture in India, and in the recent past, this has been quite a game changer, giving many athletes opportunities to take flight. But the Para Games this time, which concludes today, was fraught with logistical issues that raised questions over India's preparedness. From lack of escorts, no proper ramps, accreditation issues and transport failures, athletes underwent many teething issues during the event, despite this being a second edition. Now, the Khelo India Para Games were hosted for little over 1,300 athletes across 5 days. Olympics, on the other hand, typically last for around 16 to 18 days, 12,000 to 14,000 athletes and accompanying members. And in addition to the Olympics, the Para Games are organized in the very same country too, just a little after the conclusion of the Summer Games. So India will have to prepare properly for multiple number of para athletes who will come in, something they failed to do for a national event here. So clearly, and in addition to a detailed blueprint, India needs to review some of its failures from their past too, because the last time India hosted a mega multidiscipline sporting event was the Commonwealth Games in 2010, an event that saw accusations of corruption and hosting committees facing scrutiny over mismanagement. You think that there will be some learnings from these mistakes. All they need to do is to review and move forward, because hosting an Olympics would be historic for the country. The country's Prime Minister has been vocal about making India ready for the 2036 Games. All they need to do now is work on the challenges that lie ahead. The elections to decide the host of the 2036 Olympics will happen after this year, 1 year for India to put its best foot forward, and 10 years thereafter, if they get the hosting rights, to make it one grand debut.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India. what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.